This is Brittany Carter, and I am presenting my critique number 2. And my capstone will be about historical and social and cultural enhancement within the classroom, starting from elementary all the way until high school. It is becoming an issue, and it's becoming more political nowadays, just like Christmas becoming holiday because of other religions. We're now suffering with not even being able to have your culture acknowledged or helped within the classroom. The article that I read was Culturally Responsive Teaching in the Choral Classroom, and it's by Vanessa Bond. The last critique I did was also about historical, social, and cultural use in the classroom, but the lady was very biased upon it, and her take on it was just very, this is wrong. We need to cater to black people, and even though I am African American, I see it as an even bigger topic than that. Vanessa, this article, she actually goes more deep into it, and she goes off of a lady named Gloria Ladson Billings, and she created the culturally responsive teaching. And culturally responsive teaching is, and another name for it is culturally relevant pedagogy, is not just saying that it is important that African American students understand and learn, or we keep the African American culture within the school, but it's enhancing all students and using it with more cultural background and evidence. There are 7 segments of culturally responsive teaching that she uses, and she describes them in just general matters of what you would do within your classroom. She talks about getting to know the students, building the student strength, connecting home and school culture experiences, using a wide variety of musics, presenting music in its social and political content, and acknowledging and sharing multiple perspectives of culture, and then also encouraging a sense of community with high expectations for all. I'd like to read her closing statement, or at least part of it, so that you can understand exactly where she's coming from. She says that culturally responsive teaching encompasses certain dispositions, knowledge and skills that infiltrate all aspects of schooling, from curriculum to climate, assessments to relationships within the community. Put into action, a culturally responsive choral educator will teach to and through strengths of his and her students and connect their home and school experiences. A culturally responsive director will choose relevant materials and resources to use in her rehearsal that acknowledge and validate students' cultures while encouraging them to be critical of information presented to them. Such a conductor will make students aware that there is no singular truth or way of knowing, but rather multiple explanations and forms of knowledge, which is just right along my alley of everything that I want to talk about. Within my capstone, I enjoy singing different languages, but I think that going about them and knowing the cultural aspect of them helps the students, helps me as a director give the full effect of what is supposed to happen with music. This article starts out, and this would be Vanessa's words. She gives a vision of going down a high school hallway, and you hear your choir, and of course you hear them singing just nice bel canto, just choral tones, and it's really nice. But then she stops and says, let's sing this on solfege, and then it's a song in Zulu, which is an African dialect. And therefore, that is the incorporation of using normal standard choral ability, but adding in the cultural aspect, because you will be singing, after you've learned it on solfege, singing it in the Zulu dialect. And that is keeping them together and encompassed. And I am in total agreement of that. This was a much better article than the last one that I read. I wish that there were more examples, even though she fully does explain in all of her bullet points about everything that happens within the chorally responsive teaching I wish there were more result examples of everything that was going on. But this article will be very, very, very useful within my capstone. And if you all are members of ACDA, you can actually download this article from the Coral Journal. I believe it's from September of 2014. Thank you.